welcome to the Pelvic Power Podcast. My name is Penny, and I am the host of this lovely space. I am a pelvic floor yoga teacher who teaches people with pelvic pain how to use movement, breathwork, and body awareness to ease and manage their pain while living a pleasurable life. In this space, we'll be talking about all things taboo because we love it, and how to support your lovely pelvis and your lovely self on this journey that you are on. I am very happy that you are here, and I hope that you enjoy this episode. Welcome back to the Pelvic Power Podcast. I am very happy to be back. I'm very excited. And I'm also getting out of my comfort zone because we are not just back, but we are also doing it in video format. So if you're not watching me on YouTube right now, know that you can. You can also listen to the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast. You can listen to it on any of your podcast platforms. But if you are with me right now on YouTube, look at my pink layout. So a lot of things have happened in my life recently, in the past year, and I've been feeling a lot of resistance in life, and I'm like trying to get back to things that I think is fun. Recording my podcast is a lot of fun. So I want to get back to that, but I moved into a new space. And I have a rule. If it's not making me happy, it's not coming into my apartment. Most of my things are either pink, purple. I am also wearing like a pink purple sweater right now. Pink, purple, sparkling. I like mushrooms for some reason, like decorative mushrooms, not the other mushroom. And pink, purple, sparkling mushrooms, and it needs to make me happy. So new space, new town, new shiny penny. Not really, but we're coming back to the shiny penny. And we're here for it. We're definitely here for it. So welcome back to the Pelvic Power Podcast. I actually just got a haircut too, and I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about it. Like, I like it, but you know when you go to your hairdresser and you get a haircut and they style it really nicely and it looks so good, and then you teach a hot yoga class and you look like not that good. And then you're kind of like, ooh, did I go a little bit too short? So now I'm trying to like figure out what I like to do with it. But apparently I'm known for, amongst my friends, as the one I like to throw my hair around like a little bit all over the place. So I guess I'm leaning in more to that right now. But anyway, welcome back. I'm very happy. How are you? How have you been? How was your year? I don't think I have recorded a podcast episode since March, April. I think that was my last episode. Yes, and life has definitely changed. Life has changed. I went through a breakup last summer. I went through a breakup, and I'm not going to dive into that because I feel like I know that we have questions. We always have questions when it comes to this kind of thing. But I was just not happy. I wasn't happy, and I was thinking, how do I want to live my life? How do I want to live my life? How do I want to feel? Is this in alignment with how I want to live my life? And I was just not happy. So I was like, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to leave it at that. And I just moved in to my new space about a month and a bit ago. And happy things are coming into my space. But yes, you can see it over on the wall there. The vulvas are definitely coming with because they make me happy. And I have so many vulvas in my condo, and I love it because that's how I want to live my life, and it makes me happy. I feel like maybe that's the name of the episode, what makes you happy. Because I realized, okay, the podcast name, Pelvic Power Podcast. If I'm not happy in my life, so I've had so many epiphanies. And I know that, you know, that red thread that I've been talking about before? Yeah, that red thread is out the fucking window. It's not here. everything is just gonna come out because I have so many things to say. Everything is just gonna come out. It's not gonna make sense, but it's gonna make sense in the end. So, oh my God, I forgot my train of thought. See, this is what's gonna happen. Anyway, yes, now I remember. Pelvic Power Podcast. It came to me. How am I gonna connect? Because I truly believe that we have this power source in our pelvis. And this is something that I've been like diving into a bit more in the past maybe like 4 months. And sometimes I feel like when I'm holding my power back, my pain, and I'm talking specifically about my lichen sclerosis, actually gets worse. I feel like when I'm holding back, when I'm not being my most authentic self, when I'm not being my truest self, I feel like that power just gets more dormant and I get more pain. I know it might sound fucking weird, but this is just how my life is panning out right now. So bear with me. Maybe you can recognize yourself in this, maybe you cannot. But I feel like we have so much power in our pelvis. And if I'm not happy in my life, if I'm not striving to be happy, to feel good in my life, because I want to feel good. I actually want to feel good. And sure, I have those days where I'm just like, I swear, I called my mom yesterday. I was having like, I'm gonna call it a midlife crisis. I am 34, almost 35. My friend would call it a quarter life crisis. And I would say, how old are you gonna be when you are like done on this earth? Because if I'm having a quarter life crisis right now, that means 34 times 4. I cannot do math, but I would like to live for that long, but that's probably not going to happen. So maybe I was having a midlife crisis yesterday. So I called my mom, screaming, crying, back and forth, laughing, crying, screaming. You know, when we all have those moments, they all happen. And I lost my train of thought again. See, I have so many things that are coming out for me right now. And then that's when I decided. Anyway, I was talking to my mom and I was like, okay, I need to take a step back and think about what makes me happy. What makes me happy? Recording this makes me happy. No matter how anxious or uncomfortable I feel right now, because doing a video recording, I am trying to get out of my comfort zone. Okay? It's the end of 2024. I am done being feeling comfortable in my life. I am done feeling comfortable in my life. And I just want to get out of my comfort zone. And this is very uncomfortable for me recording this, but it also feels nice to see myself because it feels like I'm talking to someone and just not staring out into space, if that makes sense. But yes, I was talking to my mom yesterday and I was having this crisis about what am I doing? What am I doing with my life? Yes, it all comes out. I'm my mom, she's so funny because if you've been around for a while, you know that I talk a lot about the menstrual cycle. I find it very interesting. And she goes, are you on your period right now? And I'm like, yes, mom, but that has nothing to do with it. Like, that has nothing to do with it. But I was just having a moment yesterday. And the thing is, I want to feel good. I have those days where I go into the slump. I'm feeling really down. But then I'm like, you know what? Life is fucking good. Life is good. I am here. I have my own space. I can dance around naked here as much as I want. I live on the 13th floor. Is that weird that that actually brings me happiness? Like, those are one of those things that brings me happiness. I can do fucking naked yoga right here. I have my little yoga space. It's a little bit of a mess right now, but my yoga space is just right down there. And I'm like, I can do naked yoga here. No one would ever know. When I'm in my Ellis flare, holy shit, I am popping. I was gonna say, I'm popping my pussy. That is not what I'm doing. I am doing naked yoga here, and I love it. And right now, sitting here talking to you, I feel like life is good. Well, we all have those moments when we're feeling really, really low. I swear this tangent is coming back to full circle moment. It is. Just give it some time. Trust the process. Trust the process. But the thing is, I want to feel good in life. And when I'm not happy, like, and now I'm talking like the happy in life, I'm not feeling happy in my relationship or happy at what I do for a living or whatever it may be. I feel like that might be stopping some of that power that I have in my pelvic bowl, in my pelvis. And I think that just hit me completely like differently this past year. And I'm like, I need to I need to connect with that pelvic power that I have within me. And damn it, this past year has been quite the ride. Quite the ride. There's this thing on TikTok, maybe this has always been a thing, but they're talking about the post breakup glow up. I don't know if that's what's happening, but I am feeling vibey. I'm feeling vibey. A lot of things have changed in my life, not just the move to a new city. I'm teaching a lot more. I feel, I feel, and it feels good. And I'm just coming back to what feels like me. And it feels really nice. You know? It feels really nice. And the reason why I wanted to do this podcast today, because trust me, there's been a lot of processing happening. And I know that I'm not the only one that's sitting in these thoughts because I'm not the only one in this space who lives with pelvic pain. Welcome, I see you. You are valid here and we love you even though you live with pelvic pain. Remember that people will always love you even though you live with pelvic pain. And if you're in a relationship right now and you don't feel happy, and perhaps maybe thoughts of, okay, there's no judgment in this space. Maybe there are thoughts of, or even if you're single, maybe you're having these thoughts, will I ever find anyone that would love me for me? Will I ever be able to have sex again? Will I ever be able to, feel intimate with anyone ever again? And I am now 34 years old. I just broke up with my long-term ex-partner. And those thoughts, they have crossed my mind. They have crossed my mind so many times. Like, I live with lichen sclerosis, and that's a chronic condition, right? And that's always something that's going to be with me. And I've learned, I feel like this needs to be a completely different episode, but I'm trying to learn how to work with my condition and like listen to the little inklings of what my LS is telling me. And I think that there are so many things out there waiting for you. If you're sitting in this space right now of these low thoughts of your self-worth because you live with pelvic pain, your self-love, you feeling like you're always going to be alone, there's not enough time. Oh, you got time, baby. You got time. And I just think that if we step out of this little frame, this little box that we're creating for ourselves, that life might be turning into something completely different compared to what we would have imagined it would ever be. And the things that I have experienced in the past year, it has given me more trust in myself, in my body, because I'm out here and I'm having fun and we have things to talk about because I am single now and I am dating with pelvic pain and it is fun, let me tell you. But I want you to know that you're so fucking strong and If I can do it, you can do it. We can all do it. We can all do it. And I know that when you're sitting down in the dump, when you're calling your mom and you're frustrated and you're angry and you're screaming and you're crying and you're laughing and you're crying, you are not fucking alone. And we got this. We got this. Like, I actually think that we got this. At this very moment, I think that we got this. Because we deserve to experience joy, pleasure. We deserve to experience all of the things that life can offer us. Just because we live with pelvic pain, which absolutely sucks, don't get me wrong, but don't you want to feel good in life? Don't you want to feel like that sense of oomph? Like, even if it's not what you thought it would be, maybe it's not what you were expecting it to be. What if you open up your way of thinking to the possibilities that it can be better than you actually thought it could be? What happens then? What actually happens then? I have so many things coming up for me right now. But I think that's all, probably all, everything I wanted to share with you today. And let me know if this resonated with you, because I know many of you in this space, several of my students are listening to this podcast, several of my followers are listening to this podcast, and I see your messages. I read all of your messages, and just know that you're not alone. It's fucking frustrating. You're not alone, but there are so many possibilities out there for you. And we're gonna have fun together. You're gonna have fun. Give yourself permission to experience joy, pleasure, being uncomfortable, because you never know where that might take you. And that includes going on first dates, people. We out here. And maybe you're feeling fucking like a nervous wreck because you're going on a first date and you're sitting there thinking to yourself, oh, I got pelvic pain. I don't know if this is ever gonna work. What's gonna happen? How is this gonna happen? I don't know. Whoa. Okay, first of all, like I always say, tune into your breath. Let go of some of that nervous energy that you may be holding on to. But get out of your comfort zone. You never know what might happen. And also, it will make life a lot more fun. A lot more fun. Take that with you. And I will be back shortly. And I can't wait to be on this journey with you again. Remember to take care of your beautiful body. Bye.